Welcome to Constantly Calibrating, everybody. I'm here to host you again this week. My name is Brad. This week we are joined by our special friend of the show and guest, Cutwright, for Cutwright's Revenge episode.
Are we at the revenge episode?
Wait, am I fighting people? I was not told I was
don't
fighting
know. It
people.
just sounds really good to say Cutwright's Revenge.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoy
I like it.
I appreciate it.
I truly hope I'm fighting people.
He's back.
We really need to start playing the theme song during the show. I need to look into how to do that because
Just randomly.
I played it earlier.
As Chris likes to point out, it is the only listenable, watchable part of the show.
So, anyway, we have Jordan, aka Cutwright, and of course I'm joined as always by Josh and Ryan.
Hello.
Yes, I am here. I have not slept since Friday. Cheers.
Not at all, like literally, because that seems really, really.
Okay, no, I 30-minute bursts. I'd say I probably since Friday have gotten 6 hours of sleep over the span of that whole time.
Okay, so you're not gonna die in the middle of the show.
No, and as I can tell from every RTX, I can stay up for 96 hours with 0 hours of sleep and still be functional and do interviews.
That's a talent. If I didn't have Rockstar sponsor me, I would die.
That is actually involving 0 caffeine. Though, go watch RTX 2015 to see what happens on Sunday after all that happens, and you'll see myself talking to Pony Studios in my underwear, because that was an idea I came up with after much sleep depravation.
So,
I'm sure
they're the makers of Cloudberry Kingdom, for those who are not aware.
That's fantastic.
For those of you unawares who haven't checked the information, we're going to be talking a little bit about D&D as therapy, and a little bit of talking about Twitch and affiliation, because Cutwright here, Jordan, has been affiliated very recently in the past 2 weeks, actually.
Yep.
Congratulations, sir.
I think we did a congratulatory thing at the end of last week's podcast, if I remember right.
And if there is time, we may touch on Guardians V2, just non-spoilery. So you can stick around. We'll just be very vague if we have time.
Wait, non-spoilery, but spoilery are fun.
We'll
Ryan
see.
hasn't seen it yet. We
I don't
usually
get
try to
to
at least
tomorrow.
we try to at least wait for spoilery stuff till the hosts see it. So, we're not going to spoil it. We are good about that. We don't like to spoiler things unless it's been out for like a year.
No,
It'd be a shame for something to happen to you.
We have 2 rules of thumbs with spoilers. It's pretty much essentially either we do 2 weeks / when hosts see, which is usually within 2 weeks for most major things, or a dedicated spoiler cast. Which usually we don't do those live. Those are just pre-recorded things that go up. So, yay.
Yes. So, let's break it down. So, what's everybody been playing? We are a gaming-ish centric show. So what's everybody been playing recently?
Well, right now the D-Generation X theme song is playing in my head because he said break it down.
Okay.
Da 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 da.
Does playing with yourself count?
Yes, it does.
I mean, yes, no, maybe.
Okay, fine, I'll start.
It's not the best game.
I mean,
Jordan's regretting being on the show already.
Never. I love you guys. You guys are sometimes the highlight of my week and a very good spot on my Mondays.
Sometimes.
Anyways,
that's what my wife says about me. I'm sometimes the highlight of her week.
well, that's when you show up to play.
Wow. Okay,
anyway,
go ahead.
Sorry, moving
on.
Anyways, so Overwatch mainly for me, and I've been trying to really get into like that whole like regular Rust thing, and I forget that I find myself to be really funny, and people don't like it when I'm just a yay tall black man running around naked, building shit out of wood and stone. So that's what mainly I play. Though I am interested in getting a hold of PlayerUnknown's Battleground.
I really wanted to check that out. We were offered review codes, and the only reason we didn't jump on it was we were offered one, and it was a case of, well, like, I don't want to review this. I want to stream this with I want to do Let's Plays and streams of this. So it was like, and I kept like hemming and hawing over grabbing, a copy, just like one, and then looking into maybe buying the guys some, and then, by then the review codes were gone. So, but I still do want to pick it up because I really want to make content in that.
Yeah, that one looks pretty
like
cool.
Everyone and their mother.
Looks like a lot more fun than Rust. Like I've dabbled in the Rust, and I'm pretty rusty with it. Like I can't get into the survival games.
Hey, you gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, we're still supposed to be. You mean Justin are still at some point supposed to be doing a Conan Dongziles Let's Play or something?
Yeah, we still have to do that. So I went ahead and tried something new this past week. I got Elite Dangerous, and it is so difficult. Like, it's one of those games where there's a huge learning curve and they don't really tell you anything, and then you just kind of get thrown into it. And the majority of it is navigating, and just learning how to fly the ship is ridiculous. Like, you hit the wrong button one time and you're flying into a sun. Like, it's crazy.
Yep.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I really wanted to play the hell out of that, and then I think it was, I don't remember why I ended up not. But yeah, that was one of those, I love all those kind of space games. I just never can play them for very long. If I get into them.
I can't either, because apparently I just fly into suns a lot.
You know, it is a feature.
Oh, and just to appease Brad, somebody gave me a copy of Vanilla Destiny, so I was like, whatever, I'll play it a little bit.
Are you fucking
so much fun?
I have a career high of level 6 now.
Nice.
I mean, I still have it on my Xbox One.
That's where I'm playing for the time being.
I know. I watch. I think I go on my that social feed, and I like most of your your stuff. But yeah, no. I'm playing. Just I guess it's around to me. I'm playing Renowned Explorers, which is a game that looked really cool to me, and I was again offered a review streamer code thing for it because they have a new expansion called something Emperor. I'm blanking what it is, but it comes out on the 10th. So I was gonna make that one of my like primary streaming games. It's a lot of fun. It's like one part roguelite, one part RPG, but it's you pick your crew and you're just doing these expeditions, and there's like supplies. It's kind of like Oregon Trail in a way, and like choose your own adventure. It is a lot of fun, and what's really cool is like each expedition takes like 25 minutes. I've still yet to actually beat the game because I decided to do something I never do. I'm playing the game on the recommended difficulty setting.
Oh, so you're manning up.
Yeah, I'm actually manning up. Yep. So it's like, yeah, it's quite ridiculous. So.
That one, it's like kind of like a roguelite, isn't it?
Yeah. It has roguelite elements. So there's two ways you could play it. There's adventure mode, and I think it's called journey mode. Adventure mode is like the classic roguelite thing where if you die, you're done, game over, you're out. Then there's the journey mode, which allows you to save and quit and stuff like that. So you can roll back your choices because there's like different choices and stuff, and then there's like there's a slot machine wheel that based on your guys' stats. It's cool. And it's a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to stream it for the first time. Hold on, let me look at Josh's availability schedule. I think I'm planning to stream it possibly 9 p.m. Pacific Wednesday, or it'll be Saturday early ass morning. So if anyone on our stream or Jordan's stream is curious to watch me play that, I will be doing that soon.
And I'll be watching and commentating. Whether it's on the stream or to myself is to be determined.
So what you're saying is party at Josh's house, I can bring the beer.
Pretty much. Actually, we are going to be doing more stuff here, Jordan, because I'm looking into buying a multi XLR cable switcher.
Dude, so I'm down. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I do have like Rick and Morty VR and stuff like that I really want to like play with people.
Actually, bring other Jordan. He'd love to do that. Like Rick and Morty, anything Rick and Morty, he dies for.
Yep. So we got a lot of stuff here because I want to film and stream a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get the setup in order because as you may not be able to tell from the way I have stuff organized.
Right.
It's a clusterfuck here.
I mean, you can kind of see my clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's hidden this way.
Yeah, that's not that bad. Like, there's literally...
You have more space than I do!
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough.
Your house is beautiful. No joke.
Thank you. I do like my house. We're going to do more charity streams soon.
Yay.
I hope I don't have to shave this off this time.
No, I actually been writing down... I've been writing down ideas for the Extra Life stream, and not all my ideas involve Justin and I kissing, so there's that.
Oh boy.
No, that's the big $5,000 or $10,000 if we can get up to some ridiculous. We're not hitting that.
Listen,
we're not hitting that.
I'm just gonna start doing this. That's the DAR going off. I'm sorry, Josh. When are you gonna admit the wife's a cover?
Yeah.
I love you, Josh. I'm just kidding.
I mean, she admits it on a weekly basis, so.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, where are we going now?
I was going to mention that I've been playing Destiny, but I mean that's pretty much a given at this point.
All you ever talk about.
You know, has anyone tried Prey?
No.
I'm so annoyed with like some of their legal stuff that I'm like standing away from it right now, and I'm also annoyed about the fact that it's not the promised Prey 2. But I also want to try it because, you know, our buddy Chris Avallone was one of the writers on it, so it's like, okay. I'm like torn right now. I'm gonna probably wait till Justin gets really, you know, sick and then buys it and then play it on his account.
That makes sense. Shared.
Yeah, it does look really spiffy, and I really do want to try it. You know, don't have the extra cash right now to splurge on it. So maybe if it goes on sale in a week or two, whoo. But no, it looks pretty cool. The first one, I remember playing that and being like, I hate this. This makes me want to slam my wiener in a sliding glass door. But this one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I was so in love. I never touched the original Prey, but I was so in love with, and we talked about this with the original announcement. I was in love with Prey 2. Like the concept of this bounty hunter. The game looked like shit, honestly, but just conceptually, I was totally in for it. So
indeed. So
that works.
Time for a little therapy session. How about that?
Down.
Yeah, let's do some therapy session. This was the top. So yeah, you introduced, but this was the topic we were going to do last week, and we just ran out of time during our bring your own topic.
So you found this article in Kotaku as D&D Dungeons and Dragons as therapy for adolescents. And the general idea is it lets them connect with parts of themselves that they don't normally let themselves show or indulge or explore.
At its base, yeah, there's a therapy group called Wheelhouse Workshop, which is run out of Seattle, and they came up with the idea. And this isn't even an original idea. Like this is stuff I've heard about for years and years and years, and it allows it's just like it's one-on-one and then group therapy sessions, and it's allowing kids to essentially go outside of who they are. You know, the kids who are normally really shy are encouraged to play a character who's like there's one kid who's like really quiet and shy and like closed off is encouraged to play this like loudmouth dwarf and stuff like that. And like, you know, they're allowed to make their own characters, and they make custom homebrewed campaigns that fit the specific therapy bill. And it was just something interesting that came across because, you know, as gamers and stuff like that, while we are still social people to an extent with Twitch, most of us, have had our share of maybe in adolescence of, neurotic tendencies or paranoia or, ADHD or any of those kind of things. I'm mostly just listing stuff related to me and Justin right now. I'm going to keep making fun
We're
of
all
him.
a little nuts, so it's okay. We're all mad here.
But, like depression and different things of that nature. There's all these issues, and as a person, I was in therapy from the age of 2.5 years old until I was 18, except for like a 3-year period of time. And I was thinking back, this article got me thinking back on the fact of when I was therapy sessions I did from about, I want to say 8-ish years old till 12 years old. The doctor I saw, he had me play games like Stratego and stuff like that, and it ultimately just evolved into this guy just didn't give a shit and was a terrible therapist. But initially, it served a purpose to get me to... I was a very shy kid. It got me to come out of myself. It distracted me. And I can only wonder, as someone who never really played D&D, like, what would have happened had I had access to a doctor who employed this,
Oh, yeah, totally. I feel like the whole therapy side of everything for is pretty cool. Cause, they use traditional role playing in a lot of different therapies and, putting yourself in the situation of, well, if it's a kid, I'll play the role of you play the role of dad and tell me, how you're thinking and everything. Like, that's pretty cool. Like changing that into dwarves and elves and, blue mage needs food. I think that's pretty awesome. Just having the opportunity to kind of let yourself go and, kind of in a weird way, I guess, unlock those parts of your deep psyche, and you can kind of let out those primal urges or, just, you can act a certain way that you wouldn't. I mean, in the same way that this works for some people, like when I play Fable or a game like that where I can be the bad guy, considering I'm normally a pretty good guy, I like to just go full on, I'm going to, just burn and pillage everything in my way, just because that's a side of myself I don't really get to explore in real life. But
I'm a borderline sociopath in video games.
Oh yeah, but having that opportunity to express yourself or get those thoughts and feelings out in a different way, I think it would be very, very helpful for anybody, not just adolescents.
No, I definitely think so. I think that is a good point. I think I've been trying to read into this because I'm trying to see I'm just curious where these kind of programs are popping up, because it's just really neat that there are that this is an avenue, one that this kind of culture is being accepted as a legitimate therapy thing. But Jordan, you're a person who actually plays D&D, to my understanding. What do you think of all of this?
Well, Josh, I don't know if you know this, but I actually come from a once major in psychology, developmental psychology, actually, to be very specific. And something about this article, I read it when it was released, and it spot back to the old idea of what's called play therapy. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of that free-form therapy where a therapist kind of sits down and kind of just lets the patient go, which is actually a therapy in which I kind of was led through as a child myself. Seeing this, I started seeing it kind of just led me down a path of the idea of just allowing the child to more or less get out the more complex issues that they may be going through, or the things that they might not be able to understand through that more fantasy type world. Mm-hmm. And considering that fantasy and pop culture is literally the norm of 2017, it's good to kind of deassociate themselves from the trauma, but a good way to more or less provide a protection and recovery blanket for them to kind of hide under. They're no longer that child that faced that trauma. They're now playing through the eyes of whatever hero or human or hellion they want to be in order to adapt and kind of move past it. And I think it's a very valuable tool. I think D&D, for one, is one of the best role-playing experiences I've ever had. And just the idea of adapting into therapy and soothing and release and remove and moving on I think it's vital. I think it's important.
No, I would wholeheartedly agree. It's just one of those great ways that allows people, again, whether kids or adults, to just kind of break through their issues, to really discover things. And again, I like the reason this article just appealed to me so much that I wanted to discuss, even if it was only for 5 minutes or a half hour or whatever, was just the fact that I just look back at my own childhood, my own therapy experience, and seriously, this would have just been perfect for someone like me. And that's, again, someone who, my only experience with D&D is a 3-hour campaign that we played on Extra Life. So it's awesome to do this, which made me all the more desperate to start our D&D show. So we got to get on that at some point.
Oh God, yes! I'm so
That's
excited
tempting.
for that.
That's tempting. If you ever need a guest NPC, let me know.
You and people from Twitch are on our list of people to discuss once we move forward a little more. So
I will gladly destroy all of your campaign members.
I have no doubt about that, sir.
Lawful,
that is a game imitating life.
It's like chaotic. It's chaotic, stupid. Chaotic evil.
No, as I'm just desperate to play the game because I created a perfect character for Justin that now I want to play. So I have that sitting there.
But no, I think that the story really did speak to me, and it really just made me think of just formalized play therapy processes, a lot less structured, a lot more structured, and just that idea of just putting a child in the driver's seat of something that's not them. But I don't know, I think there's something pure about it, but also something incredibly exposing. It's good, but I don't know. Phrasing, sorry. But.
Well, no, I mean there obviously can be downsides if this is not administered correctly. Just like any form of therapy, we were remiss to not mention. I mean, if something like this isn't tackled correctly, especially if a kid ends up having let's say a dissociative disorder or something like that, this is something that could very easily backfire. Yeah. And they could become too locked up, or maybe it's a kid who just likes playing the Great Knight too much, or the the horrible barbarian or something like that too much, and they just become locked into that personality.
It's really the therapist's expertise that has to come into play, because they have to. I guess the biggest thing is it's teaching a child to be human.
Yep.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, Yeah, in the story too. I mean, the lengths that they go to kind of specialize it and set up the stories with everything behind everything that the DM is going over. They're setting up specifically for the therapy purposes. So it's kind of like, setting them up to succeed or setting them up to fail to kind of see how they'll work with it.
Right.
Pretty much. Any final thoughts on that before we want to move on to our other main topic?
No, I'm good. I'm just curious, how I would have reacted to actually playing D&D at that age. I remember my parents were actually scared of D&D. No, at the time, that was when all the bad stuff was happening and people were real life RPing, killing each other as teenagers. Yeah. And so my parents were like, "You're not playing Dungeons and Dragons." I'm like, "What's Dungeons and Dragons?" And
no, seriously, my mom told me, my mom wasn't superstitious. She wasn't anti-video games, anti-this stuff. But one day she just said to me, "You're not playing Dungeons and Dragons." I literally looked at her and said, "What's Dungeon?" I had no idea what the hell it was.
Exactly. You're not playing that Dungeons and Dragon game, are you?
What?
Like
hell, I'm not gonna.
No, Mom, I'm playing Terminator on the playground. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, do you guys have any good characters from Dungeons and Dragons? I mean, am I the only one that's really? I mean, you've all played at least a little bit. Josh, you've only played during that one charity event, correct?
That was literally all three of us. That's all
three?
Three of us have only played during that one charity event. My experience was being told not to play it as a kid, and then I got a little bit older, and I didn't have friends. I didn't have nerdy friends, and all my friends were stoners and goths. So they didn't really D&D wasn't necessarily their thing. So and they were they ragged on I was the super nerdy, lowest low class of nerdy person at my school, but I was elevated by hanging out with the fucking goths. Let's just put that in perspective. Though I had a slight interest in D&D, they were so adamantly against it that I railed against it and was anti D&D for a long time. Funny thing, my wife played a shit ton of D&D when she was younger and now hates it more than anything in the world.
Everything with my Dungeons and Dragons career has been hype. Oh, let down. Even with the stream thing, we were so hyped about it. We were making characters, we were talking about it, and just everything. And then for me, when that charity stream started, I got really, really sick, and I couldn't do it. I was just let down.
Pretty much.
Then I was watching, if you have CISO, check out Harmon Quest. If you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, that show is really, really funny. It's Dan Harmon, the guy who does Rick and Morty and Community, and a bunch of different comedians, and they go and they'll do little stories and everything and just play little campaigns together. And that's hilarious. And it got to the point where, I do comedy here in Charleston, and everybody's like, well, let's do a show like that. Let's do something where we just get a bunch of people and we'll just improv it live and just go for it. And it's yeah, and then just let down. So I just need somebody play a game with me. Somebody be my friend.
I mean, I could,
please.
Okay.
It doesn't become much more of a cry for help than that.
We might just have to do a Dungeons and Dragons night. I can guide you guys through this.
That would be great.
Like Gamma World, though. We'll play Gamma World, which Gamma World is nuts.
I just need people to play games with.
Gotcha.
Jordan, I messaged you earlier. It's please take me with you. And you let it go.
I did I?
Cry for help. Go! I could have saved you, Roadhog.
Let it go. Let it go.
Jesus. Just derailing the shit.
Sorry. Even chat saying that we're getting derailed. Okay, sorry.
No. This is the tangent show. No, but as far as D&D stuff, I want to do something. Well, I have a couple things I've been looking into. We have a couple of other groups we're looking into doing stuff with. It's just trying to figure out the way to film this that allows Brad and Ryan to take part is really what my main thing I'm working on. But I'm hoping we could do a D&D show, or even not D&D, at least a role-playing game kind of show, by late July is when I want to launch that.
Ooh.
So, what are you looking at?
Nothing. I just read the last line on the Google Doc.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm in pain at the moment.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, no problem.
I'm glad you could share that with us.
Yeah, keeping everybody informed.
He's good for that.
Behind the curtain stays behind the curtain. So,
and so in your chat, Cutwright, yeah, we know about Roll20. Don't worry, we are fully aware of it.
Yeah, that's something I would have suggested. But there's also better than Roll20. I was actually joining I used to do I did one D&D session with partner Ice Prime on Twitch, and he plays a really good one. It's Fantasy Grounds.
Okay.
And I actually find that to be a lot more effective. All the books, everything are built in. The dice rolls are all built in. Everything's just kind of automatic. I don't know. We could do that like off camera. I'll come over.
Like bag of dice.
Like, I'll come over. Your wife can feed me, and I can help you build a campaign.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that's a random email. I just got an email from someone asking if they could join our podcast network. So I'm gonna look into that after the show.
We have a network.
Sorry, that was from me. My secretary. They don't know how to go in right.
Yeah. It's all that makes sense. So let's carry on our wayward son.
All right. So the other thing I wanted to bring up today is the changes going on with Twitch. There's a lot going on lately. The biggest of which, I would say, is the affiliate program.
Twitch is non-stop changes of late, but yes, the affiliate program is one of the bigger ones.
There's a lot this year. And I've even heard like rumors of like a mentor program going on. I don't even know. I'm not staying as in touch with the Twitch stuff as I should. I know you definitely are now because you're an affiliate, so I wanted to gauge your impressions, how you feel about what's going on, and how you feel about the affiliate program in general. Like, do you feel like it's going to be a good thing? Do you think it's going to last? Things like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak in pure honesty because that's kind of what I've built my reputation, my people. That's why Josh likes me. That's you guys bringing me back. So, honestly, the Twitch affiliate program it is both good in the sense that it's really giving us streamers a feeling that we're improving and we're getting somewhere. Right. However, did you guys look at those fucking requirements?
Look, when I looked at the requirements, let me just put it this way. We stream the podcast.
Yeah.
And we're not really all that regular in a lot of stuff we're trying to build to it. But when I looked at the requirements and I thought to myself, we could be a Twitch affiliate, I was like, there's a problem here.
Yeah.
Because we don't do enough to deserve that.
I hate to say this, and bear in mind, a lot of my friends got affiliated. I got affiliated. A lot of people I saw didn't get affiliated, and it caught me off guard. So, while I really love the idea of the affiliate program, I think that it's Amazon doing a grab bag trying to get people to use bits more.
Oh, absolutely.
I hate to say it, but bits were fucking useless in channels that weren't partners, and considering that the pocket of partners compared to non-partners is much fucking bigger. So now to increase that pool by adding a couple thousand affiliates?
Oh, no, it's 100% a cash grab.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. I mean, yes, I think that we're going to get a lot of cool stuff, and I really hope that they do treat this like a junior partnership program, where we can start seeing this actual income, or maybe just a little more notoriety, and they start doing stuff with us, even maybe from a mentorship point of view. But there's also been some changes on Twitch, which has kind of been really booty. Today I went to go sub on a partner stream. I was really excited to sub for Samzor. He's actually a local Twitch streamer, local Arizona streamer. A good friend of mine. He's actually sitting on a Phoenix Comic-Con panel coming up. I don't know if you know this, but if you sub, you have to refresh and share it.
What? Yep. Yes.
You have to add a second part to the subscription part now, which, I'm sorry, but common users or mobile users are going to miss that.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a very poor decision. I don't understand why they made it to where you need that double verification. Why it's not click the share button, type your message, hit submit, and boom, you're subbed to that channel and they're happy and they're whatnot. They don't have to remind their subs that if you sub to me, please go ahead and share it or the sub won't go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, really? This felt unnecessary.
Yeah, there's so many like little caveats and little things with a lot of the a lot of the really cool stuff, Twitch stuff. There's been a lot of great stuff they've been promoting, but there's just like these little like fine print things that are just like, huh. Yeah. And like, what was it? And Twitch affiliate also has the issue. I don't have the rules in front of me, but like, if you don't meet certain obligations and certain things within a certain time frame, you can be just banned from that program and the partner program permanently, right? Did I interpret that right?
The affiliate program in the contract does have a 12-month period in which your contract can be reevaluated depending on the bits you've pulled in, your consonality, your content, your kind of regular scheduling, just kind of if you're participating in the program for what it is. I will say this. I met a lot of streamers who look at it as a way to make great money, but there's some caveats to that. You don't earn money until after 60 days and $100 earned in bits.
Yep.
You do not see a dime of that.
Pretty much.
Until after you get over that threshold, which, okay, that makes sense for a startup or something that's pretty much just free commission based.
Is that why a lot of the affiliates, like week one, were getting $100 in bits, like all at once from random people?
I think so. I think they were going to their friends saying, "Hey, so this is the case," and I think that it was people who would normally donate are like, "Here, I'll just go ahead and dump this pile in instead." I've done about 2,500 bits so far, which is $25, and people are dumping that in. But at the same time, I don't ask for that and whatnot. But it's just the affiliate program. Let me backpedal by saying it's great. I love the fact I got it. I personally believe that there are better streamers than me that should have gotten the affiliate program before me. I believe that there are so many people that met those requirements that they did just do a shotgun blast of, here, we're going to do this chunk. And I think that as the affiliate program grows, those requirements are going to widen and spread and get bigger. I think that it will turn into that junior partner program where maybe that mentoring thing you mentioned, which I've even heard of, will start being an asset that the Twitch affiliates can grow into to then grow into a partner just, through that nurturing, grooming, and trimming. I think it's cool. I think that is fairly transparent in its goal, and I truly hope that Twitch uses it for good, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah. So,
That's my 5 minutes. Sorry.
No, I appreciate that. You
Yeah,
a 5-minute rant.
Ryan, you were saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I mean, I was going to say, with the mentor program, I think that would be a pretty cool thing to have, just because, like for me, myself, this is the extent of my streaming for the most part. Like I've got some, I've got a personal page on here where I think I've streamed like just a couple of times, but if I wanted to get into it and just learn more about it, having people such as yourself and some, other folks that know a lot more about it than I do, that'd be pretty awesome. And, so what would you recommend for somebody who's, kind of getting started into streaming?
For somebody just getting started in streaming, considering I've only been at it, I will hit my calendar year June 30th, which is great because I lose my job June 30th. Hey, non-related. Setting up a schedule and doing it for yourself is probably the most important thing, but remembering that your viewers are the reason you're streaming. You may stream, it's a weird dichotomy. You stream for yourself, but with consideration of your viewers who enjoy your company. It is both the most selfish thing you can do, but also the most non-selfish thing you can do, because it is truly a balancing dancing act with your audience, your people, and the people that you love, and then also trying to keep a social life. I work 45 plus hours a week, and then I try to stream now 4 days a week, 4 hours a day out of that. And I'm looking to perhaps increase that again, which will only make my social life even smaller. What will I suggest for people? Be yourself, enjoy what you're doing, and ask questions. I didn't ask enough questions, and I finally am. And not be afraid for somebody to tell you no, because there are thousands of people that will tell you yes. It's like dating. You're going to fuck up. You're going to do it wrong until you finally get that right. You're going to figure out how to play the game. You're going to figure out what the women like about you, and you're going to go for it. Or the men, or your partner, or your preferred person of choice, or maybe a toaster.
There you have it. The Cutwright get-rich-quick scheme through Twitch and dating schedules.
Yes, toasters. I got a thing for that. They like the horse mask. Which, no joke. Someone asked me to donate it to me just so I would play a round of Overwatch, or rather a section of... No! I put it on because someone song requested that, what is the Fox Day song? So I had to put it on and play Overwatch with the horse mask on my head. It was actually really difficult. I got a triple kill somehow with Winston.
You put it on because the world really needed a hero.
Well, I put it on because nobody cared about me before the mask.
Jesus.
Welcome back, Josh.
So what the hell did I walk back on?
Toaster sex, horse mask,
and apparently I look like Scotty in Boogie Nights. I don't know.
You know what? No, I can see that. I can see that.
I don't remember Boogie Nights, so I don't know who that is.
Hold on. Could we get Josh? Can you put a picture of Scotty from Boogie Nights up?
Sure.
I could do a link. Hold on.
Shit.
Let me get it.
No, I got it. I got it.
It's pretty good.
Oh God, where are you putting this at?
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally seeing it.
Yeah. Are you putting it up?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Good.
Give me
Oh
a
dear
sec.
God,
It's
what
good.
What are you?
It's actually really good. It's put like right in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just adding it right now. One sec.
OG Xanos, also known as Philip Seymour Hoffman. If you don't know who Philip Seymour Hoffman is, if you watched Marvel's Daredevil, he plays oh God,
Stick?
no.
No?
What?
Who's he playing?
Wow. Black screen on your guys' end, by the way.
Why is it? Yeah, I know. I'm
got
trying
it.
to set. I'm trying to fucking fix this.
We broke the internet.
We broke.
No,
the
I just
internet.
did. For some reason, it won't show. I don't know why it wouldn't show. So here.
Just. What do you use, by the way?
Picture Brad with longer, thinner hair, no
there you
facial
go.
hair.
There you go. Perfect. That is perfect.
Where?
Yep. So here.
Oh no!
You know,
he's
I
not a
never
Marvel
really
Daredevil.
noticed
That's
how
a
much he
different
looks
one.
like
Philip Seymour-
Rocky from that movie Mask.
Wait, where'd it go? There we go.
That's solid.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Go get a tank top.
You're gonna pull that.
I
down.
don't own a tank top. Why would I own a tank
Well-
top? I do not have a tank top
All right,
body.
chat.
So you can
listen, You need to
cosplay.
donate to him a tank top.
This is officially the donate a tank top to Brad stream.
Oh God.
All right.
So
Sorry, I
Jordan,
derailed
what did you start out streaming? And your main game is Overwatch now, correct?
I would say that I'm slowly moving into Overwatch as my main game because that's what I wanted to stream, but the old rig couldn't do it. I actually dumped $1,200 in my rig about a month and a half ago, and I'm still regretting it. Now, I'm not regretting the purchase. I'm regretting the money spent.
Oh yeah.
Zydak, please sponsor me. I beg you. One day they'll notice me. One day Senpai will notice me. I started streaming League of Legends
Oh wow.
because go ahead.
That's rough though, because that directory is really saturated, man.
Well, I mean, so is Overwatch, so is Rocket League. Luckily, I will say that I started with League of Legends and I played Rocket League and Rust and kind of some indie games like Enter the Gungeon, Kohei, some little stuff. I will say that I have found love in just the people who show up, and I think that that's why people watch me. They don't care what I'm playing so long as they get an opportunity to spend time with me. Not to mention I give away free games sometimes and they like that shit.
All right.
Fair enough.
So every time I've seen you play Overwatch, you've been Reinhardt, except for tonight when you were Roadhog.
I'm actually a Roadhog main. Usually I play Winston Roadhog or Torb or some sort of obnoxious dickhead. Ryan, we can play after we're done. I've got like 2 more hours of Overwatch after this. So
Nice.
Right.
We're East Coast, and I got to work tomorrow, but I appreciate it.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
But no, I would say I started small. I started with like a viewer, which was my bots. Not like view bots, but sometimes
Right.
VivBot or Nightbot will count as a viewer, which is super awkward. I wish they would fix that. But I started small, and I've just kind of been growing bigger and bigger. And honestly, it's the people who spend every stream with me. I've got my regulars that I love who just don't want to miss a stream or hop in where they can. And I think that's kind of the coolest part. And I think that people who become affiliated will start noticing that it doesn't matter if you're affiliated, it doesn't matter if you're a partner, it doesn't matter anything. If you don't have appreciation for your regulars, the people who want to spend time with you, you're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
there's so few pros that actually stream to where their viewers at that point are just a massive clump of people watching a professional.
Right.
It's the smaller streamers or the partners that make relationship with their viewers that I think they're the successful ones.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, the ones I enjoy the most are the people who interact with their regulars and stuff like that. Even if they have this oversaturated chat, they're still interacting with, those 5, 10, people, or even more than that, depending, kind of thing. But the people who come in, the people who know the inside jokes, the people who understand all the shtick, you know what I mean?
Yep.
All right.
So.
I guess this is honestly, this is kind of a selfish question. What would you suggest for someone who is a lapsed streamer with a substantial, not crazy good, but a decent amount of followers from over a year ago?
So would this person be OG Xanos?
Possibly.
Start fucking streaming again. If you want to stream. Have fun with
that's
it.
What I've been
Get
saying.
on Twitter and just stream. Do it for you and make sure you have the separation between what you your hobby and your passion, and make sure you balance everything. I run Twitch Arizona. I'm one of 4 people that run Twitch Arizona. If I ran Twitch Arizona by myself, I would not probably have time to stream or run Twitch Arizona. So just remember that. You have
Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
Mix your priorities. Make sure you don't overwhelm yourself and fucking sleep sometimes. Josh.
Hey, I had that. Look, I'm having some severe health issues of late. That was one of the other reasons I've had trouble sleeping. So, I get to go in for my first MRI soon. Yay! So that's always fun.
They're literally just gonna tell you that your brain has radiation, but it's making you smarter.
It's entirely possible that something like Danny in our chat is saying what I think is the biggest thing, which I'm sure Jordan you'll agree. You have to be consistent.
Consistency, yes, but
yes,
I think that consistency is important, but not a lot of people can. Let's take AJ Rodriguez, aka 24K Brown Magic. He's a Twitch Arizona streamer, creative streamer, and a musician. He is as scheduled and regular as he can be, but he does so many different kinds of gigs. He either is streaming on location and playing music at a gig, or he's at home and whatnot, but he is getting it without that schedule. And I think that a schedule's good, but if you don't have time for a schedule, stream when you can.
So, well, here's the thing, is consistency. I think that is one of the biggest issues people have understanding consistency. I consider consistency to be streaming with any level of regularity. It doesn't mean you're always streaming at Wednesdays at 5 p.m. It doesn't mean you're always streaming Mondays at this time. Sure. It doesn't mean having that literal exact schedule. It means that twice a week, your followers, or however many times a week, it could be every other week, but your followers know that this is how your life of streaming runs, and that they can expect something from you, and that if you're not able to do it, you will alert them on some form of social media, or at the very least, your little Twitch wall thing. I forgot the exact term they're using, but like that you will alert them, and that's how I interpret consistency. I had to break myself of the mindset of scheduling, though. What I was going to say is, if you're like me and you like scheduling, I literally made an Excel sheet that's color coded and name coded and section coded for my entire week to figure out exactly. And somehow I managed to figure out I can stream 14 hours a week. Don't understand how I could do that.
Yeah, and
you want to know where Josh is going to be Thursday at 2:45 p.m.? I'll let you know.
But
yeah.
No, I agree with Dandy in chat. You should always try to interact with your people. I am horrible at interacting in Discord, but my Twitter is amazing. And sometimes I get a little frustrated with some of my people on Discord. They'll be like, hey, where are you at? I didn't see a message here, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I posted on Twitter. It's on Twitter 4 hours ago. Where the hell were you 4 hours ago? But then that's my fault because I've offered this other means of communication, and it's me being selfish. And I think communication is very important, but make sure you have all your communication covered.
Social media is a struggle for me because I don't know where, honestly, to go. Do I go to Twitter? Do I go to Facebook and create a Facebook page?
Hey, you
so many outlets.
You have a boss pretty much here who runs this whole thing, who studies social media. Talk to me. I can help you figure out exactly where you should go and how you should do stuff per stream. I can help you figure out maybe not so much a schedule for that, but like a plan of action, because there are certain things that work better on each platform that the one platform I'm bad with is Reddit.
Yeah.
But there are things that work. But to Jordan's comment about, posting on Twitter but not posting on his Discord, I think that is a huge issue. Also, a lot of streamers get excited when they hit that first 100 followers, is they open up every social media platform. Yeah. They're posting like crazy, and then at every platform, and then they suddenly spread themselves too thin.
I luckily
possibly post on all of them.
I luckily started with Twitter. I've been using Twitter since before I was even considering streaming. Which, by the way, clearing out 4 years of cringy tweets off Twitter. Holy shit. Talk about running through your golden years of embarrassing internet moments and just wishing that no one saw them. First off, Twitter.
That's me on Facebook, but
I never considered that I might need to do that.
Twitter was my first thing I started using, and then Discord was something I just kind of popped up, and then I did Instagram at one point, which is not regularly shared. I think the hardest thing for me, being a Twitch streamer, is I also want to do YouTube content, and holy shit, I don't have time for that. I would love to. I just have no fucking time.
I want to do both, but I have to teach myself the editing process.
Like, I have a legitimate YouTube channel, and I have a couple videos, and I want to keep doing it, but it's like...
It's rough.
I will say that...
There's a lot going on.
I will say that I've got Ipo Neon in my chat. He is a newer streamer. A really cool guy. I met him through a more dangerous means of communication. And by dangerous, I mean internet general thing. Like, if you were to think of the worst messaging app to have on your phone that would make you the scariest friends, what pops in your head?
Tinder.
No. Like, it's like an SMS replacement.
GroupMe?
Nah, Kick for me.
Kick.
So one day, I was in Kick.
You did Kick.
I have a lot of friends overseas, but Kick is still something I use. I was like, hey, let's hit small streamer groups since they started that thing in Twitch, and I found Ipo Neon, who's a super small streamer, and he is saying in my chat that one of the biggest things for him is doing that regular schedule. He's in the middle of a move, and he can't be regular, and what's some of the most important thing to do, and I bounce back on what Josh, Brad, and Ryan are saying. Communicate with your people, have a social media presence, and if you can't stream, just say why. No one's going to fault you for being human.
I think that's really what it boils down to. And if anyone does fault you for just being human and having priorities,
send them to me.
When they come up, then just fuck them.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Because you don't need that kind of negativity.
Correct. You don't need
like the thing. A true fan, a true follower, a true friend, a true whatever is going to understand your real life things. Like I have a toddler with health issues. I have health issues. And I'm going to be the primary streamer for Constantly Calibrating moving forward. You better fucking believe that I'm going to have a planned schedule, and you better fucking believe I'm going to miss days every now and again.
Yep.
And that's just life.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
You guys ever need a guest streamer, let me know.
Trust me, we've already discussed some stuff with you and Twitch AZ on the back, and then we're going to talk more about in the future.
Cool. Just keep me informed, guys.
I'll go ahead and ask, do you have any plans on picking up Destiny 2?
Me? Hell yeah. I played Destiny since Alpha.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I was on that. No, Alpha or Beta. Regardless, I was in it early. Very fucking early. And I hated early Destiny. It was fucking awful. The story was great, but the raiding content was garbage. The upgrading system was garbage. I hated the looting system, the gearing system. When they came out with the cleanup from the Taken King, holy shit, I was in it hardcore. I loved Taken King. I loved the Wrath of the Machines. I loved the remake of what they did. Phenomenal. If Destiny 2 follows in the pathway of Destiny 1, I'm going to be very sad with Bungie. But I started as an OG Bungie fanboy. I've played every Halo game until they dropped Bungie. And I loved it. And I loved Destiny, and I hope Destiny 2 will be great. And I do plan on making it part of my streaming evenings. I don't see myself going to it permanently, because I use it on a capture card for my PS4. But, you know, we'll see. I will play it, and Brad, I will be on we will be on the same fire team.
Okay.
If you have PS4.
Okay.
You just excited the hell out of Brad, because literally there's a joke in the Constantly Calibrating Slack, which is just pretty much, where Ryan and I just sit there and we look and like, oh, Brad's talking about Destiny again. We're just going to let him talk to himself for an hour and see if he tires himself out.
Now, I got back into it hardcore like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When Age of Triumph hit. I really want the shirt. But I'm 3 years behind. I haven't played since Taken King launch.
Yeah.
So it's just constant. I'm trying not to burn myself out because I really like it.
Well,
but there's so much grind.
What platform do you play on?
I'm playing on Xbox because that's where I had like the first page of stuff.
I might be able to connect you with a full-time Destiny streamer that you could probably play with.
I've got one.
Oh, good.
I've got a YouTuber.
Okay.
We're actually bringing him in 2 weeks.
2
now?
weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 weeks after.
He's been in our chat.
Who's the YouTuber?
Cola.
Any name drops?
He's around still.
I will. Yeah, we'll drop his name. It's Diet Cola FTW.
Sweet.
He's actually a personal friend of me and Ryan. I went to school with him.
Cool.
And he's just hit 5K on YouTube.
Nice. I can't even get over 100.
Yeah, he's doing quite well.
I want my
I'm
username.
excited for him. But
where are we sitting at? We're just shy of 900 still, I think, on YouTube.
Yeah, but at least you guys have a custom name. I gotta hit 100 before they'll give me Cutwright.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
God,
No,
I have like 17 followers.
Well, when one of your interviews gets shared in People Magazine's website, you kind of get a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Or subscribers or whatever. So,
all
sadly.
Right. Do we have anything else we want to touch on with the Twitch changes, affiliate program, anything else you guys wanted to cover here?
No, because we're getting into like the last 10 minutes or so. So I think I don't have anything else. What about you, Jordan?
I got one more food for thought. I think that anybody who wants to stream, I've always followed this terminology, and I always will. If you want to stream, stream. And we are in this together. We cannot have a streaming program. We can't have Twitch without new streamers, old streamers, and streamers who come together. And I hope that becomes the norm of Twitch, and that this mentoring program and everything really launches and we grow together, because if we can't grow together, we shouldn't be streaming.
Agreed.
You make me want to stream, boy.
Do it then, boy!
You make me want to stream, put my hands up and stream.
Everybody should stream. It's fun, and I love it. So, anyways, I'm done. Are we going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 at all?
Yeah, we're gonna go spoiler free, but
okay.
yeah, we'll talk about it. So what I'm gonna say is just my opinion of it, because just backstory for people who may not have watched the show. We have some new people watching, listening. I hated the original Guardians of the Galaxy the first time I saw it. Absolutely hated it. I wasn't prepared to handle the opening of the movie with the mom dying. My mom died of cancer very similarly. I was not emotionally prepared, and it put me in a very dark spot. Also, I was so fucking overhyped on that film that it was impossible to live up to. So yeah, I ended up liking it after I rewatched it, and I liked it the second time. The second time at home, I watched it as well. But it never really like clicked on the gears that I wanted it to. But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is everything I wanted the first one to be, and it's also everything I wanted out of a Farscape movie. And that alone made me really excited. Like, I love the shit out of it.
I think I could talk about it without spoiling it by saying that I felt, and I don't think it's giving anything away, family is a big play in it, and it felt like a very fun 80s family sitcom, and I enjoyed it.
So it's like Fast and the Furious 8 in space.
So Fast and Furious 12 then.
No one did any drifts though. There was no galactic drifting.
A little bit. I actually might disagree with that. But look, I'm a suck. Look, like anyone who's seen some of the trailers has at least an idea of things. I'm a sucker for father-son storylines, and that's like the most I'll say about that. So that will pull me in at all times. Yep. And interest me. So that's definitely a factor. It's just overall, I felt we were past kind of the origin thing, so that like we got rid of that sluggish aspect. So I feel like it hit on all the same gears the original did, except it hit them faster. I think the cinematography was better. I think the jokes were better. I think the dialogue was better. I think the music selection was not as good. Personally,
no, they blew their load on that.
That's what everybody's saying.
Like it's good stuff, but it's not as good because it's not as well known. Like
one of my favorite songs of all time is featured in the movie, and it's something I consider it my son's song because I made a video about the first 3 months of his life, and it was the song that I made the video to. So It's like that isn't so. God, if I was capable of crying that night, I would have been weeping at that point.
Right.
So yeah. Overall, I thoroughly loved the movie, and the biggest complaint most people have about the film is like, well, it's fallen into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, overly predictable things, unlike the original. It's like, bitch, did you watch the first movie? I now like it, but that first movie was predictable as hell. Every Marvel movie, every single movie going back to the original Iron Man, every single one has been predictable as hell. Winter Soldier is about the only one that was not perfectly predictable.
I don't know.
And it's still, I'm still saying, if you were watching the movie, you could still have predicted what was going to happen.
I don't know. Puny God moment. No one predicted that.
No, okay. Actually, joke beats and things like that. But I'm just saying the overall story, if you watch the trailer and read, even the trailers, which James Gunn makes these great trailers for Guardians movies that don't give a lot away. But if you know, who's going to be in this and who's that, it's like, come on.
Right.
You know where this movie's heading. You know the villain aspects, you know the storyline. So it's just like, again, trying to avoid the spoil as much as humanly possible. It's like, you know where this movie's going.
Right.
It doesn't diminish it at all. It still was enjoyable for me. I know obviously people did not enjoy it, but
and that's where most superhero movies go. It's not about how predictable it is. It's about finally seeing that stuff realized,
Yeah,
and as close to a real life representation as possible versus pen and ink.
Yeah, agreed.
So, I enjoyed it. It was, like you said, predictable.
I liked it though.
I guess it's kind of on. I can't. I'm hazy on the details of one because I haven't seen it since it was in the theaters. I want to see it again.
all I know is this is the first Marvel Cinematic movie since, I want to say it was Winter Soldier. There might have been one afterwards that I actually have a desire to see in theaters again. So, and that, again, I love the Marvel Cinematic movies, but going to the theater is a pain in the ass for me. Spending money is a pain in the ass for me. So it's just like, this is the first one that's actually made me go, I really want to see this again. Even Civil War, which I loved the shit out of, did not draw me back that same way. I haven't even... actually, no, I'm wrong. Doctor Strange I wanted to see in theaters as well a second time.
I still need to see Doctor Strange.
It's good. It's solid.
I just bought it. I just got a copy of it.
It's solid.
So, fly out here.
So if this movie is not predictable and is terrible, I'm coming after all of you.
Okay.
That's all I'm getting.
Well, I think Ryan, you'll enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
Like, I think it'll appeal to your sensibilities.
I enjoyed the first one.
Yep.
You know, when it comes to like comic book movies, I'm usually it is what it is kind of person. Like, I'm not the one dissecting, frame by frame and pain by pain from the comics. Just if it's a good movie, I like it.
I think for the most part, except for the super hardcores, most people have now come around to that.
Yep.
I think for the most part, yeah.
So
I think what they did with Stan Lee is probably the coolest thing ever, but we'll let you figure that out, Ryan, and maybe that can be a conversation you guys can have next time.
Yeah, I think we'll have to discuss that a little bit in like an end of the show.
And analytics of it.
Yeah, I need to break that down because yeah.
We'll move on.
I lectured my wife and her best friend for 2.5 straight hours on that, and her best friend is a bigger Marvel nerd than I am. So,
big question: is there a stinger?
5.
But only one matters.
No.
Only one matters.
There are 5. There are 4 during credits.
Yes, the third one is, but there's 5 things.
There's 5 things during the credits. Yep. And actually, there's 5 cutaway, like, stinger kind of things during the credits, but the credits themselves also have so many fucking jokes layered throughout them.
They're so good.
It is in top 3 probably best credit sequences for keeping people's attention that I've ever seen. So, yep. That being said, any final thoughts on that? Because we should wrap up because my food smells really good.
I did want to go ahead and bring
Howard
up
the Duck.
We'll let you figure it out. I will state, though, that Thor Ragnarok, I know this is not Guardians talk, but Thor Ragnarok, doesn't that just scream also Guardians vein as well? Yeah,
no, it's like literally, it's Guardians, but like heavily fused through like late 70s sci-fi. There. It's essentially, if Guardians is mid-80s science fiction, then Thor screams late 70s.
Which is a complete switch from there, too.
Well, I think they realized... Go ahead.
I didn't see that trailer until last night, and I'm super excited about it still.
Well, it's just because I think they realized that the things that people liked about the first 2 Thor movies were, like about Thor in the Avengers movies as well, is they liked the zany kind of campy stuff. That was people's favorite parts about his solo project and his appearances in the Avengers stuff, was kind of like the campy moments. So they realized, let's get a director who can just make this as a film. So it looks great. Like that is in my top 3 most anticipated films for the remainder of the year. Spider-Man and Valerian being the only things higher.
I will say my closing. My closing statement is: get you a partner that stares at you like Thor does Hulk. Watch that trailer and think of that moment. Is that just not a love connection there between them?
No, I mean it is. It is
friend from work.
It is a beautiful, beautiful moment. No, there were some great freaking trailers before Guardians. So
I found out last night they can turn the 3D off and it messes with your glasses.
I'm sorry, what?
Good to know.
They have to flick a switch on the projector or the 3D glasses don't work. You just see red and green. And
so it doesn't it doesn't polarize, essentially.
Yeah, they had a Fathom event there earlier in the day, and they forgot to turn the 3D on the projector. Because we went to 3D because it was the most time convenient last night. Otherwise, we were going to be up until 2 a.m.
That's actually a funny thing. That's actually what you're describing is kind of how I see 3D when it's actually properly on with proper glasses. So, I'm one of those people that doesn't work on properly. So, the only 3D that works on me is the really low budget shitty stuff at Disney. No, like seriously, like and when I say low budget, I'm not talking about like the new Star Tours, which is kind of works on me. I'm talking about Michael Jackson's Captain EO, like old for anyone who knows that, like that level, like garbage quality. That's all it works on.
Oh god.
All right.
Which is still the greatest ride of all time. Anyways,
I'm gonna take us out.
Is this where I have to say bye?
Before you take us out, let's have Mr. Cutwright here tell us, promote some stuff. Before you take us for our outro, I want to hear some stuff, and make sure to tell us about your Phoenix Comic-Con panel.
Cool. We're going to start with, first off, by saying thank you guys again. I always enjoy these events and these podcasts with you guys. Let me know anytime. I like these. These are fun. Back in the day, I wanted to be a personality and a radio person more than anything else. My name is Cutwright. You can find me on Twitter at _Cutwright. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Cutwright. Also on YouTube, just search for Cutwright. You'll see my stupid yellow face. They have it on their promos for whenever I'm on. Feel free to follow, like, hang out, subscribe, join the adventure. It's always a good time. But also, if you're an Arizona streamer or you're interested in streaming and you're going to Phoenix Cactus Comic-Con coming up Memorial Day weekend in May. That's what it's called. Legitimately, that's what it's called. Don't start.
No, the first time I ever went to it was back when it used to
Phoenix
be.
Cactus Comic-Con, yeah. I am having a panel, Twitch Broadcasting 101. We're going to have Arizona partners and non-partners alike, and I will be the moderator. We've got Rin the Yordle, Sam Zor, Mike Gatterdy from Game Dev from Filthy Casual. We're going to have Melanie Mack, Lindsay Elise, and also AJ Rodriguez, a live performer. They are going to be online talking about their streams, what they do, kind of how they got started, the good, the bad, the embarrassing. So hang out. Also, if you're an Arizona streamer, a fan of streamers, or want to get into a community of awesome people, look up Twitch Arizona or on Twitter, Twitch_AZ. Join the party. We're an army of 500 plus strong. We're getting bigger every day. Constantly Calibrating is a part of our community. Josh lives out here in the valley, and I touch his beard often.
Not really much of a beard to really touch.
True.
But
well, one day I'll get to touch Ryan's less of a beard, and then Brad's sort of a beard.
Yes,
it's blonde. I'm sorry.
We'll have many beard caressing things. See, that will be when we can do Extra Life and literally have everyone in my dining room doing it. Like all of us can like be out here. We will have like a challenge. They reach a certain point, and we'll just have like a beard orgy of rubbing.
Okay, so every time I've heard that phrase, it's always been blood orgy. So beard orgy's new. I like that one. That's gonna be my breakout single.
Beard orgy. What I was going to say about your panel you're doing is, just for anyone who cares, I will be at their panel, and I will be trying my best not to hijack it.
There will be a live Q&A, so...
I will say I'll be.
I do want to stress that I am not representing Cutwright there. I am not Cutwright on the panel. I am a representative of Twitch Arizona. I am Twitch Arizona's moderator, so it will be a moment for me not being shamelessly self-plugging, so I do ask that we keep that in mind.
Yes, very good. Yes. Good, sir. Good, sir.
Cool. So, guys, thank you.
Sounds lovely. Thank you. We're glad to have you.
Indeed. So, Brad, you wanted to do the outro? Brian and I won't steal it from you this week.
Well, I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
Real quick, I have to steal something from Brad. Give me 1 second.
What?
No, this is real quick. So, if anybody is interested in a Constantly Calibrating sticker, That one had cat hair all over it. That was weird. Sorry. This past week, I actually got to go and see Doug Benson in Rosemont, Illinois, a couple times, and he actually has a couple ConCal stickers that he's probably going to be giving out at the next couple tapings for Doug Loves Movies. The next one for that is May 14th in Denver, Colorado at the Comedy Works downtown. You can check that out at douglovesmovies.com. Really like his podcast. Recommend it. And I think, Josh, you'll have some probably at Phoenix Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'll have them at Phoenix Comic Con. They were supposed to arrive actually before the last Twitch AZ meet and greet, but they were supposed to be delivered like that morning, and they didn't come in until Monday. So yeah, I'll have them on hand. Well, okay, let's actually a couple of things. I'll have them on hand at Phoenix Comic Con. If you also go to the Phoenix Gamers is putting on the Diversity Lounge for Phoenix Comic Con. We are an official sponsor of the Diversity Lounge at Phoenix Comic Con. So if you go there, I will have stickers and promo cards just sitting there. That's my understanding. I'm still talking to them exactly about how that works.
I will find you.
But we should have them there. And then can announce that the Arizona Game On Expo, Constantly Calibrating, is going to have a booth. Our first booth at an event. I officially just signed the paperwork for. So, fun note, I work for a t-shirt making company, and I'm going to be making some shirts. So we're going to be selling shirts at our booth at AZ Game On Expo. Yay! And we will have them on hand, I hope, for RTX. I'm hoping we can get them made by now.
I didn't know you did that, and you might have just made a new best friend, as an FYI.
Yeah, my job I started is I work for a place called WD Promotions. We're launching a t-shirt line this month, but we also make shirts. We make shirts, we make tablecloths, we make any promotional material you like. We can slap your logo on it.
Can you do
shower curtains?
What?
Can you do like smaller orders? We'll talk about it off. Well, I'll get to you.
We can talk. I'm learning the details.
Cool.
We can talk off.
Sweet.
So yeah, I think you can now actually do the outro, Brad.
All right. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't have any stickers anytime soon. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure Brian has some extras. He could probably give you at least one of each.
Nope.
Okay.
See? All right. So as always, we thank you all for joining us, be it live or the recorded podcast later in the week. We are here every Monday evening at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. ConstantlyCalibrating.com is our normal website. Oh my gosh, Ryan. Yes, please. Yeah. So shove. It's not clear.
I'm sorry, I can't see that.
Are we really doing
awesome? That's awesome if we could actually put it up there in the middle at the end. Anyways,
I can look into that.
We need something like that for the end of the show.
I'm actually talking to someone to make us an entire new set of streaming overlays and streaming stuff. So we should have that by my birthday.
All right. As I was saying, ConstantlyCalibrating.com, live here every Monday night at twitch.tv/ConstantlyCalibrating. You can find us on Facebook, of course.
It's not working right.
Look for Constantly Calibrating on Facebook. And you can find us on Twitter at ConCalPod. If you'd like to contact any of us individually, you may do so. I am at OG Zenos, Josh is at Bear Punch, and Ryan is at RideADF. I think that's all I got for you guys.
Did you hit Instagram? I wasn't listening.
No, I didn't hit Instagram.
Okay.
I forget that Instagram's a thing because I don't look at it.
Yeah, it's also... No, it is on the promo cards. Okay, yeah, Instagram is Constantly Calibrating as well. Mostly right now it is just another place for me to post when stuff's live, but at events I will do a bunch of different stuff. I'm looking into some cool stuff we could do for Phoenix Comic Con. So,
all right, and I'd ask all of you please come back next week because we have yet another guest, another friend of the show, Lauren Walsh, who is an artist and working on a video game. We will have more of her details throughout the week. So
wait, let's clarify here. Lauren is an exceptional artist because, speaking of Instagram, seriously, I decided she started following our Constantly Calibrating. So I said, I have not really looked at her art. Well, so I actually went right to the beginning of her Instagram. I scrolled through and just watching that fucking progress is astounding.
She's a beast.
So good.
And an awesome human being
Lauren,
on top of all that.
At Lauren Walsh Art, I believe, Twitter, right?
Yes.
I
believe that's correct. I'm struggling not to call her by the name we call her.
Yeah.
It's nothing rude. It's just we know her by a different name.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have her next week, and then the following week we'll be doing a Destiny show. So we have plans, guys. Come back and see us. Twitch.tv/ConstantlyCalibrating.
Yeah, for anyone who's new to the stream or new to us, maybe you're here watching on Cutwright, come along, join us for a ride. We do fun podcasts, and again, we're going to be doing more streaming of games and different games. We're not going to necessarily, we'll have stuff like the Destiny 2s and things like that potentially, but we're not going to always do the big stuff. I like finding the cool indie titles. I love adventure games, and we got more content on the way, so if I could show you guys the doc that I have of show stuff that I all want to launch by next year, February, you'd ask me how I plan to actually fucking film all this shit. There's just so much.
Yes.
We could talk, Jordan.
Did anybody hear the thump that just occurred under Josh's desk just now?
Yeah, it's not big enough for thumping, trust me.
So, I'm going to get us out of here. As always, guys, again, thank you so much. Thank you, Jordan, for joining us.
Thank you.
Remember, guys, to check out teenyweenies.com, and we bid you good sign-off.
Thank you, guys. Love your faces.